Hi guys, we're back, this time for a new series. This is Guys That Drive Carmmunity. We've met up with my brother-in-law Chris for the first episode.
Hello.
He's got himself a nice new Golf R estate.
Yes, family car.
Key word there, family car. So we're going to take this thing out for a few running in miles. It's literally brand new, picked up last week, 250 miles on the clock. Chris is going to show us around it and then give us a bit of an explanation why you got it really, and we'll see what it's like on the road.
Let's do it. So it's four-wheel drive, 300 brake horsepower, DSG, family car.
Family car, I like that bit.
That's the key thing here is basically you wanted something fun, but also to fit your life into, basically, isn't it?
I wanted something that I could tell my wife that I had a family car, but secretly had a race car.
So what sets this car apart from other Golfs are brakes. You can see you've got our calipers behind there at the moment.
Side skirts, silver mirrors.
It's got a different front end, hasn't it?
Yeah, much bigger scoop.
A lot more air in.
Yeah.
Because it's got a bigger turbo, you have to have more, yeah, you can just about see the
intercoolers. Or radiators of some sort.
I really like the look of it in estate form.
I think it's wicked.
I think it looks really good.
The other options that you've got is you've got the panoramic sunroof on there.
Very, very nice.
Slightly controversial 4 exhausts at the back, which is the crappiest bit of the car. If you look, they're not even connected. So you've got a tiny little exhaust rattling around in there. This is completely fake.
That's specific to the estate though. This is for some reason on the estate they didn't bother having dual exhausts on each side.
So basically nothing will ever come out of these little ones.
No, and if you see one that's been driven, there's always 2 dirty exhausts and 2 clean.
So one of the differences on the Golf R estate to the normal hatchback is you get cheapened out of LED rear lights. You've just got the standard bulbs, which I'm a bit disappointed with.
They've tinted them a bit, haven't they? They've made them a bit dark.
Yeah.
And inside in the boot,
This is where you fit your life into basically, isn't it?
It's fairly big, isn't it?
It's massive.
You can get a spare wheel still.
and you've got the Dyne Audio stereo in there, so it's got a sub in there. So when I picked up the car, I picked it up with the dog, my daughter, my wife, and her sister.
Oh, everyone come.
Everybody came. It wasn't my choice, but
Eco mode on the way home, was it? Or race?
Straight into race mode, actually. I heard the dog hit the back door.
Full leather?
So yeah, full leather. It's not the top spec leather. The top spec leather's the got the carbon look bolsters.
Oh, okay.
But I actually probably prefer this to
I've sat in those and I thought those carbon effects was really naff. It was really plasticky and really hard. It might have looked alright, but don't bother specking that. And this has got the 18s, hasn't it, rather than the 19-inch standard.
Yeah, it was quite hard to find one that had got options on it but hadn't got the bigger wheels.
Yeah.
But I specifically wanted the smaller wheels because I do a lot of commuting in lanes, like potholes and stuff, so
yeah.
I wanted something which had a better ride really.
Definitely.
It's got the keyless entry and keyless start, auto dip beam on the headlights, sat nav and entertainment system, I guess you call it, is the Discovery Pro, so it's the bigger one. And this has actually got most of the options that you can get, I think.
Yeah.
If you get it standard, it doesn't even come with sat nav.
So you might not get sat nav as standard, but you do get standard of a 2-litre lump.
So I think it's the same engine as the GTI.
Yeah, with a bigger turbo.
Bigger turbo, more heavily tuned.
300 horsepower.
Yeah.
I think it's about 300 foot-pounds of torque.
The reaction that I've had from when I went to work in it on Monday, all the women in the office said that glad that you've grown up, got yourself an estate, nice family car. They didn't realise that it was a fast car at all. And it was only the people in the know that actually
which is quite
gave
nice
me the nod and said, that looks a bit pokey.
It's only a Golf.
It's only a Golf. Fits loads in it.
And that was the reaction as well, was when I told people that I was getting a new car. And people said, oh, what are you getting? And I said I was getting a Golf estate. You could just hear the silence afterwards, people just thinking, why would you get that? I think it's the car that a lot of people don't even realise exists.
Yeah.
And a Golf Estate is probably the least cool car that you could get, to be honest, isn't it?
I think the SAP just takes that for a little bit, but yeah, the Golf isn't far behind.
I think we should help Chris run this thing in a bit.
It's called the DSG fart.
So, for the benefit of everyone that's watching, you picked this up last week with how many miles on it?
Last Sunday it had 13 miles on it, and it's now done 309.
So you're definitely into the running in process. You are running it in.
I am. The guy from VW told me it didn't need running in, but I'm not sure that he really knew what running in was.
How have you ended up in this car, Chris? Give us a bit of a quick rundown of your car history.
So my first car was a van, which I drowned, and then after that I got a XR2, Fiesta XR2, which I had. Yeah, I had that for 6 months. It got stolen twice and broken into once.
Thief magnet.
Yeah. So after that, I got a Fiat Uno Turbo, which was like a biscuit tin, but that was tuned. That was 150 brake, but in a car that light.
Yeah, that's way quick.
Yeah, but it did have 3 spokes on it, which I gave. So I got rid of that. I got a Seat Leon Cupra, which I loved.
Cupra R or just the Cupra?
I had the Cupra and I liked it so much that when it came to 70,000 miles, when it needed the cam belt change, and I sold it and got the Cupra R. And that was red.
Oh yeah.
So for me, even though that was like probably 10 years ago, this is kind of taking me back there in a slightly midlife crisis kind of way.
I remember the Cupra R's. Like, they were like my dream car when I was about 15, 16. If I could have had a hot hatch straight away, I think I would have picked the Cupra R.
Yeah, it was a great car. Really good fun. 230 brake, front wheel drive. Just pretty nuts at the time. That was the most that you do on a front wheel drive car. But then it all went wrong and I got a BMW 3 Series.
Nothing wrong with the 3 Series.
The 318 diesel.
That is
pretty rubbish.
Okay, yeah, this.
So I guess I was trying to grow up, and that was the most boring car that I've ever had. Did 120,000 miles in that, and when I got rid of it, I'd got a dog by that point, so I needed something that I could put the dog in the back of. At that point, I got the Freelander, which I had for 4 years. And to be honest, yeah, I absolutely loved it. It was a great car, really, really practical, good for like outdoor sports. It was a good car, but I remember when I first got it, and you started to realise that you actually had to plan your corners before you went into them. So going from that to this is just night and day.
Definitely hustles, doesn't it?
Yeah, I'm not trying. I don't really fully know how it handles yet, so this is probably the fastest I'll trip it.
Why did you go for a new one in there, Chris?
Well, I've never wanted a new car because of the depreciation. By chance, I went into a showroom and they had a new one there which they just couldn't shift, and it had all of the options on it. It's the car which we're sitting in now. I managed to get 25% off the price of the car, which was just ridiculous.
That is crazy.
It was actually, I ended up getting the car for about £2,000 less than the equivalent second-hand cars, which were 6 months old.
Less than?
Less than.
Wow. So you've sort of got yourself a depreciation. You've jumped that initial depreciation in.
I didn't take the gap insurance, put it that way.
You found the long way home from work yet?
Oh yeah. Yeah, I take the long way home as standard. For all the lanes, yeah, for sure. Quite looking forward to when it gets a bit wetter as well, to see how it feels like when the roads aren't so grippy.
Yeah.
So that's your first proper blast in your new machine. Thoughts?
Yeah, quite addictive, that race mode. Overall, really good fun. Loads of grip. Noisy, crazy.
Responsive. It feels, from the passenger seat, it feels like it just wants to go fast around the corners.
Awesome brakes. And at the same time, you can then switch it back into a normal car.
Yeah.
Sounds really good outside as well, Chris.
Does sound
Jimmy,
good.
you'll be pleased to hear.
Yeah, I wasn't sure how much of it would just be through the speakers.
It does
It's
sound
noisy.
good. It sounds good.
It's definitely got a voice to it.
Yeah.
So this isn't going to be the last video we make with this car. We're going to be following it through the life of the car with Chris, taking it on various trips and testing it in various ways. So this is, as I said before, the first one of our Guys That Drive Carmmunity series. If you've got something interesting with 4 wheels and you'd like to make a video of us, send us a message, get in touch, and we'll see what we can do. Otherwise, we'll see you next time.
Don't forget to subscribe.